10 p.m. July 7th, 2026, and it's been a few days since I've done a journal. Life's been pretty crazy, it's getting pretty busy. Also, it's hard to believe that the last time I did one of these was like 5 days ago. Like the last week, just like going by so quickly. I don't know, it's crazy. Like that's unbelievable. What else? Alright, this might be a longer one since I got a lot to talk about. My mood is kind of down right now. It's one of those days, I guess. Woke up at 7 today. I got work at 7:30 to 3:30 p.m. It was good. It was honestly a pretty easy shift today. Can't really complain about it, to be honest. Went by pretty fast, and I didn't really have any problems or anything, so W on that. What else? Kind of laid down a little bit in bed after that for like an hour. Then I went to ran about like 6.5 miles. It's good. I like running. I fought with myself for a long time, like when I was running competitively, that I thought I like really hated running. And maybe that's true, like I do sometimes hate it, but like sometimes it's like genuinely the only thing that kind of just like makes a shitty day turn into a good day. Like, or just working out in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be just running, but since running is what I've been doing the last 8 years of my life, like it's just natural. But just working out, like it just makes me feel so much better. Like, and I don't know how people live without working out. Like genuinely, I don't know how. Because once you like start working out, like you can just never go back, I guess. Because everyone as a kid doesn't really work out. Then once you kind of learn the benefits and everything, you're like, all right, this is pretty cool. This fucking hill's killing me today. I don't know why. Also, hella people. Hella socially awkward. But yeah, some dude commented, or some girl, I don't know, commented on my last video and said that they put my videos on their smoke breaks. So, shout out to you. Honestly, it makes me feel a little weird, not because of you, but just because like what I said at the beginning of starting these is a very inward person. So I had to have that confirmation that someone's actually hearing what I'm saying, regardless of who it is. It's a little frightening to me. But I'm gonna keep posting, so. And I hope that more people say that, because it helps me come out of my shell. Shout out to that dude or girl. I don't know. I didn't look too much into the profile, but yeah, heading over to my usual spot and then try to get my thoughts together. But yeah, so I went running. God, I'm so horrible at trying to channel my thoughts, bro. But went running, took a shower, ate some dinner, and then I been in the study room for like the last 2.5 hours, but I didn't really study at all. I've been pretty like down today. For whatever reason, I started to get down during my run, like my mood. But the run helped a little bit, but then when I got in the study room, like kind of just no studying kind of happened. That's just kind of how it is sometimes. Like when my mood gets really down, like it's just like to a depressive state where I would say like I just can't really do much, like, and I'm big into the whole like push yourself, you know. And I'm reading David Goggins books, and I've listened to a lot of David Goggins stuff, and he's helped me a lot through mainly just pushing through running, but just life attitude in general. But that's a story for another day, or maybe later, I don't know. But I'm big into that push yourself as hard as you can mindset, but sometimes like literally just when you're in that depressive state, like you can't, and like the only thing that I can do is just do something that makes me like slightly happy. And so I just was like watching some YouTube, and that made me slightly happy to where I wasn't in that depressive state as much as anymore, and I just feel better. And sometimes you just gotta do that, and like I'm not saying every time, because obviously every time if you do that you're not gonna get anything done, and like I'm against that. Sometimes you just do gotta push, but there's moments where like your brain is just depressed, and you kind of just gotta be like, all right, I'm just gonna do something that makes me happy. And even like sometimes, like right now, like just going on a walk, instead of trying to push through some bullshit studying, for, you know, some moments. It's what you gotta do. That's what I did today, and I don't feel too good about it, because I'm a little behind on my studying for the SIE, but I'll catch up, and hopefully tomorrow I feel better mentally. But yeah, I noticed like my brain is like really, really sensitive to like stuff that I've learned, like drugs and just any kind of chemicals, I guess. Like if I drink a lot of caffeine throughout the day, and I did today, I had like 2 cups of like really strong coffee that is in the dining hall, so probably like I don't know how much, but if I just am on caffeine like start of the day to like end of the day, like I just get really, really depressed at the end of the day, and my brain is just depleted, I guess. So I don't know if that's super normal or not, but it is what it is. But just in general, like my brain is really, really sensitive to stuff. Like my last vlog, when I I was in a fucking mood, bro. I was in a craze. I took that C-Max, whatever the fuck, like nootropic drug. I don't even think it's a nootropic. I think it's just a drug. I think labeling it as a nootropic is misleading, because that shit is strong as fuck, and you know who knows what it actually was, because these things are unregulated. You know, whole peptide thing, whatever the fuck that was strong as fuck in such like a strange way. Like it was intense as fuck, but in like the strangest fucking way. Like like I took double what I took the first time I took it, so maybe that was stupid. I took 500 milligrams or whatever, micrograms. Yeah, micrograms, I think. I don't know. But bro, I was like just locked the fuck in like all day, and like I could not like when I take stimulants and stuff, like Adderall and stuff, like obviously it's just a common thing where like being at rest is uncomfortable, but it's like it's not in that way. It's like my brain like has to be fucking doing something, like, but like it has to be doing something productive, or else like I just need to jump out of my fucking brain. And like that's all I was feeling while I was on the C-Max stuff. And like it was really like honestly very like scary how like locked in I was, because that's really useful for me. But I just can't really justify like the downsides of those kind of things. Like I've talked about this before, like, and I keep trying to convince myself that it will change, but like any sort of like nootropic stimulant, any kind of booster for your brain. Like, it might help you lock in for a day, but the rebounds, like, it's just not gonna be worth it. And like, even though that made me so locked in, and the hangover rebound wasn't that bad because it's not like a thing like Adderall where like it's really strong on your brain like that. Like, I think it's a pretty subtle thing. But even that, like, just felt so drained the next day, like, mentally, and those things just don't work for me. Like, just being 100% sober is like just best. I don't know, like, those things just do not work for me. And like, also, like, since I took that, like, the last like week, it's just like non-existent in my head, and it's weird. Like, obviously time like flies, but the past weeks, like, it's like no memories have consolidated, so I'm just gonna stay away from that. This is not a good thing. Jesus, yeah. But yeah, I've been semi-faithful to the whole, like, really trying to be sober thing. And I think I'm gonna get more serious about that because, I don't know, like, the come down of those, like, stimulant kind of things, even though Cimax is not a stimulant, like, I just really don't fucking like them, and it makes me never want to be, like, on any sort of drug again. Like, I can't explain it because Cimax is not like a stimulant like Adderall, so there's not going to be a come down. But like, I just don't necessarily really like the feeling they give me, like, after the initial high or boost, like, and it's just not worth it for me. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't taken Adderall in like a month or so, just because, like, my last Adderall come down, it was just fucking horrible, and I just don't want to, like, be in that state again. Like, it's just not worth it. I don't know. Like, the highs are good, but it's just, like, not worth. The lows are lower than the highs for me, and that's always been, like, the thing with me, and, like, that's why I've, like, never really worried that I'd ever be a drug addict, even on, like, these, like, this street Adderall or whatever the fuck it is. Like, it's low-key probably just meth. Like, this shit's strong as fuck, and, like, the highs are, like, awesome, like, super great, awesome, incredible. Like, thinking about it just gets me, like, giddy, but, like, the downs are just still just not worth it to me. Like, and that's, knock on wood. Like, here's some wood. Ready? Knock on wood. Like, I just don't think I'll ever be that sucked in by a drug that, like, it just takes over my life, because I just hate the lows, like, so much. And, like, I just have, like, an awareness of, like, and I'm not trying to sound like better than people that are addicted to drugs, because I completely understand how you could be addicted to drugs. Like, the highs that you feel and those kind of things are, not really anything you could feel sober. So I get it. Like, it's incredible, but, like, I just have an awareness of, like, when I'm taking stuff, like, it's just like I'm awareness or, like, guilt, I guess. That just, like, it's just not worth it, and it's like, I know better. Like taking these Adderalls, like, trust me, like, after you take the first one, like, you want to take more, and you want to take more, and you want to take more. But after a while, like, you just, for me, like, I just realized in my brain, like, what am I doing? Like, it's just not worth it. And so far, that's worked. I've tried a few drugs. Tried quite a few drugs. And I just never really got hooked by any of them, because, for a lot of reasons. But one of them being is just I have something inside of me that's just like, you can try it once. You can do it once in a blue moon, and it's fun. but just getting hooked on these things just isn't worth it. And like, try not to sound like I don't know, like better than people, but for me, I've always had that, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, like, the drug that I've been closest to getting addicted to is weed. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, it's not addictive, but like, it is. And I will argue this with people, like, I will die on the fucking hill that it is 100% addictive. Like, and like, your medical, biological definition of what addictive means may differ from what it means to me. And so maybe technically 100% I'm wrong. It's not an addictive, like, physically addictive substance, even though it kind of is anyway. But like, that shit is 100% addictive. Like that's like the closest I've been to getting addicted to something, is like just getting fucking high after work. Like last summer, like I did it like every other day. Like, and the only reason I didn't do it every day was because the fucking like mental hangover was horrible for me. And that's what I was talking about. Like the lows are just not worth it. That's why I don't do it anymore, because I would really enjoy getting high at night, but then 9 times out of 10 the next morning, like I just feel like so shitty. Like my brain fog would be so bad, and it's just not worth it to me. But like I said, that's the closest I've been to getting addicted, and I'll do it like every other night, and that shit is 100% addictive. Like, I just don't understand how people try to argue that it isn't. And maybe it's obviously different for everyone, but like 100% addictive. And people that try to, I think, one of my little ramble about weed, but I think it's such like, I think the weed lobby has so successfully mislabeled it as like a helpful thing, when it in reality, like, it's still a drug. It's not like a medication. And I know those lines are as blurred as lines can be, but I don't think it's as medicinal as people really say. And that's as someone that has a father that uses it medicinally every day and helps him, and probably wouldn't be around without it, to be honest, like my father. But I don't know. Weed has fucked me up mentally in a lot of ways. I feel like I just let me think how to explain this, but weed just like, it just makes me think in weird ways, and ways that I really don't like, and that's just kind of where it's been at for me for a while, and so I haven't really touched it much. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd say it's like a 50-50 nowadays of like whether I have a good time or not, and obviously that's depending on what kind of form it's in, and like if it's an edible or a vape, or like a flower. Sorry, excuse me, that was nasty. And so yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but I just don't like, once, like everything else, it's fun once in a blue moon, and fun once in the right environment, but weed is really good at making you feel happy in a shitty environment, and too much of that is not a good thing. So that's where I was in that there, I guess. But yeah, I just don't. I was scared that I was gonna get addicted to it last summer, because I was doing it every other day, and some occasions like every day, like some weeks. But I haven't touched it in probably about a month or so. So yeah. it just isn't fun for me that much anymore. Anyways, let me move on before I start rambling. But yeah, you probably notice like throughout the weeks, I kind of just ramble about the same topics. That's just because that's kind of how my brain works, is that I'll just kind of hyperfixate on something for a couple weeks and then it'll go away. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, car just drove past really slowly. Maybe they think I'm gonna rob them or something. I want to sit, but there's no light over there. Yeah, let me see what else has been on my mind. I'll work tomorrow in the morning, same time. Yeah, I don't know. I just feeling kind of down today, like I said. And it's kind of helped that I'm trying to make myself busy, and so I got this photo shoot scheduled. Hopefully, TBD Friday. With this guy. This very like gay, flamboyant kind of guy, and seems like a really cool dude from what I've seen. He has a really cool look to him, and I think we could do a really nice photo shoot that could be really something cool, and really fit my style. But yeah, when I'm in the photo shoot, doing the photo shoot, I really need to not be afraid to take more control, of the photo shoot, and just really obviously work with the model, but make sure I get the shots that I want. And I've had a problem of that. I had a problem with that in my last photo shoot, and really just like all the photo shoots that I've done. And I keep saying that I've been trying to get better at it, but it just kind of goes hand in hand with my social anxiety of not wanting to like say too much or something. But I really just need to take control and be like, I want to get the shots I want. Like, even if the model starts to get pissed off that they're standing there posing there for too long, I want to get this shot. Like, so, you know, if they get pissed off, they get pissed off. But yeah, I guess I can talk about, I kind of had some, I kind of had my first rejection of my art, and it kind of hit me really hard in the moment. And I'll explain what happened. But I did this photo shoot with this guy a couple weeks ago. Initially, the idea was I wanted to work on, I wanted to help him do like an album or a cover art for one of his songs, and that was my idea because I wanted to kind of branch off and to try something different, and try to do some more targeted photo shoots, with an idea. But so we got a lot of cool shots that I really liked. Some that didn't turn out as Jesus Christ. A lot of them didn't turn out like I wanted them to because I didn't have the settings right on one of my lenses, which sucked. But I still got a lot of really cool ones that were usable. And so I was really putting most of my time into kind of working on this cover art for this dude, and the final outcome I really like. I think it really fits the song that we were working on, we were working on it for. I didn't work on the song, but that we were working on the cover art for. Like, I thought it really fit the vibe, and it was this cool, like, semi-futuristic I don't even know how to describe it. Just semi-futuristic, semi-modern, contemporary. I don't know. It was really cool, I thought. And then he asked for some of the other photos that I got that he could just use for other promos, and that's totally fine with me right now. That's, you know, what I'm trying to do still. I'm fine with working for whatever. Like, whatever I'm as fine with giving out as many free photos as I can right now, because I'm trying to get my work out there and that kind of thing. So I had no problem with that. But you know, I have a problem of, I mean, I could have worked on this project for the next 8 years of my life. And same goes for all the other ones. Like, I could be perfecting it, whatever, slight procrastination adds to that time. But, so I was like really trying to be somewhat punctual, and I got it all done within like three weeks or so, which is not bad. But since I made that kind of promise to myself of, I'm not gonna take 8 years to get this guy's stuff done, because I still have to send this other girl her photos from like 6 months ago, and I really feel bad, but I need to do that tomorrow, or at least Thursday. Like I need to study tomorrow to make up for what I didn't do today, so I'll get that done. But now that's making me stressed out because I feel bad. She's a really nice girl in person, and she's asked me like a million times. But whatever, it's better. What's another couple days at this point? Anyways, let's get back to the point of this rejection, I guess. I put not as much work into editing the rest of the photos that we got. I went through them fairly quickly. Like honestly, within like 48 hours, I went through the rest of them. Because I spent the other time working on this cover art, because I thought that was like the main idea, or the main want from both of us. But so I kind of, I wouldn't say I was lazy. I just wasn't as perfect as I could have been with selecting some of the other photos and quickly editing some of the other photos, because they weren't like the perfect photos, but I've been telling myself like not every photo is perfect, and like not every photo has to be this perfectly crafted artistic ass photo. Like sometimes you can just send like a basic good photo for somebody to use for promo or something like that. And so I was telling myself that like I didn't need to be all these photos didn't need to be really perfect. But so I got those all together. I thought most of them were pretty good. Some of them were like okay, and I even said that in my message. I was like, all right, like there should be some usable ones in here. Like not all of them are perfect, but everyone has different eyes, and so whatever. And I have a bad problem of that. And let me branch off here to talk about this. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I can be kind of selfish, I guess, with my art and my photo shoots. Once I get the photos, I can kind of just lock in on what I want, and I just kind of have an ego that my vision will turn out cool, and I'm always gonna stick to that because that's, I'm just gonna stick to that because I believe that my ideas they're cool, and I'm going to. And right now, like, they're not paying me. I'm not working for any money right now, so I can kind of have the liberty and freedom to kind of be like, all right, like I'm gonna take this and turn it into my vision because there's no consideration here, right? Like you're not paying me, but you're gonna get like a cool project. It's just gonna be a project that is my ideas. Like I think that's okay to do right now. So that's what I was kind of doing, I guess. I lost my train of thought, but what was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't know. I was just putting all the effort into. I think I was gonna say that I've done this before with other shoots where I've put all the effort into like 3 or 4 photos, and the rest I just kind of lazily edit, to kind of not feel bad that, because like I know that not everyone shares the same vision as me, and like although I think these 3 or 4 highly edited photos are really cool, like that's not necessarily what the implied agreement was, and that's why I need to be more upfront with what I'm thinking. And it's hard though because like ideas come on the fly. Like I don't really plan my photo shoots that much, and I need to start planning them like just a little more. I still don't want to really plan them. It's because like it's all about for me right now, it's all about just, I love just feeling it out on the fly. Like it's like jamming, like with a band or something. Like you're just feeling it out on the fly. And obviously there's some like guardrails, I guess. Like there's a rubric of what we're trying to accomplish. But I love just feeling it out on the fly. And so a lot of ideas come to me on the fly, and then even more ideas come to me on the fly when I'm editing, you know? But let's branch back to more of my original, what I was talking about is, so my little rejection was, I sent all the photos to this guy, and I was like, all right, here's the cover art, because I thought that's what we were really working on, and then here's the rest of the photos, another folder. And he basically just came back to me and was like, these aren't gonna work, like, they don't fit my vibe, like, and that kind of hurt me, like, but I don't know, like, I can say that, like, that hurt me in the moment. I was like mad as fuck. Like, I immediately went on a run and like started pushing like the effort and pace and stuff, and but I kept it cordial with him, and I had a good conversation with him about why and stuff, and he seemed to be very similar to me in that he wants his image to be a certain way and my image is a certain way, and they didn't necessarily mesh perfectly. And I had to just kind of realize that it's not because my art is bad. Like, my art is my art, and his art is his art. And it was more just a thing of like, okay, why did I spend the last 3 weeks on this then? Because I didn't even end up ever posting the album cover, the cover art. I posted these other like 5 photos that I kind of threw this negative black gradient on, which is a new technique I like to really do. But these are like one of the 5 photos I didn't even do any other edits besides like that and like some brightness to these 5 photos, and they turned out fucking awesome. Like, they're some of my favorite photos, and that's just kind of like, and those are the ones I posted and I really liked. And he came back to me like a day later, or not even a day later, like the end of the day, and was like, yo, like, not that he was wrong, but he was like, yo, I've been looking through these and like there's actually some sick ass shit in here. And I was like, all right, thanks. Like, I don't know if he's just kind of crazy, but because then he did end up like liking a lot of them, and he posted a bunch of them, and so I don't know. I still think what I did was cool. I really like the ones that turned out. It just sucks that I won't get to use the album cover. But he did use one of them for like his Spotify picture, which is cool to kind of see my art on another platform, and that was really cool to see. So yeah, it all turned out well. We both ended up liking stuff, so it is what it is. But I got this photo shoot with this guy at the end of the week, Friday. Should be interesting. A really cool look to him, really cool vibe. I just need to really dial in the moment and be confident with what I want to achieve, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it should be good. I should be able to get a good photo shoot out of them. I have some good inspiration in my mind right now, and I really need to like challenge that or channel that. So yeah, that's what I really want to talk about. This one's kind of long, my longest one yet. I'm gonna go to bed. I really need to challenge myself to continue to be busy. I really have a bad problem of being lazy, like with social stuff is what I'm talking about here. I need to like go on some fucking dates, bro. Like, I'll just say it. I need to go on some fucking dates. I try to get out in the dating world again. And I've decided that I want to do that. So we'll see how it turns out. Like I said, like last week or whatever, like if I were to like get into something romantic with a girl right now, like do I even think it would go well? Like, in terms of, like, do I even think I'd be able to handle it? Like, I don't know. Probably not, like, to be honest, 100%. But I don't know. Like, but I want to try it. Like, I've been really lonely lately, and I kind of just need to start trying shit and start living my fucking life. I'm 23, and I feel old as hell, and, like, I just need to experience life. Like, so I don't know. I've been thinking a lot lately about, like, how my mom had me at, like, 20, 21. And, like, how the fuck, like, I'm 23, like, I don't even know who I am. Like, how the fuck would I raise another life right now? Like, I would not be able to do that. Like, and I know, like, people say, like, oh, it, like, forces you. But, like, no, I just wouldn't. Like, I would not put the responsibility of that. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't do that right now. And obviously, like, thinking about it, like, obviously, like, it'll come around, like, and it'll come around when it's ready, but, like, I don't know when I would be ready to fucking be a father. And, like, I know people, like, have different ages they want to have kids, and some people don't have them until later. But, like, how am I gonna raise another life when I'm still very, very much in the process, an early process of, like, starting my life? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just is crazy to me that, like, I don't know, man. Like, some people from my high school, obviously not a lot, because it is fairly early, and even in general, to get married. Like, some people are getting married. Like, what? Like, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, how the fuck are you ready to get married right now? Like, I would not want to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even, like, say, I'm not even saying it and, like, I want to hoe around, like, because I'm not even really like that as a person, but I just want to, like, experience fucking life, like, and you can't really do that when you're with one person. Like, I don't know. That's just my view on life right now, so fuck it. But I'm gonna try to go on a date or something, bro. Like, I don't know. I've been kind of talking to this girl for a while, but not really, not talking. Like, we just been texting every once in a while, and we've been on one date at the beginning of the summer, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna dead that because she's just kind of feels like wasting my time, and not even in, like, a malicious way. That's just this girl is, like, I guess she's, like, notoriously, like, unavailable, like, to date or even to, like, do anything else with. And, like, that's fine. Like, that's who you are, no problem. I get it. I'm, like, low-key the same way, but, like, I just don't know. Like, I think I'm just gonna do, like, try a different girl. Like, it's kind of wasting my time. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of have this, like, I'm not even talking about this because there's 0% chance that the other girl sees this. She's gonna know I'm talking about her, and I don't want that. There's no reason for that. But also, who cares? Who fucking cares? But I'm not gonna do it right now. But yeah, 40 minutes. I gotta go to bed soon. I don't want to go to bed. Yeah, I'm gonna start walking back. But yeah, I guess that's updates from the last week. The fucking security car driving around, and I guess they're not going after me. But I'm gonna start walking back. Yeah, that's about it though. That's been the last 5 days. At least some updates of my thoughts. But yeah, I'm just trying to continue to stay busy and fucking force myself to, like, I've just like had this fear of being tired, and it's just like an anxiety thing. Because when I was on like medication, I didn't feel this at all, but I just kind of have this general fatigue about me, and it's really hard to fucking try to battle, and it takes a long time out of to not do it. But the first step of this is I'm not gonna take naps anymore. I can't, like, it just, like, it's not even that they waste time, because sometimes like naps are good. And obviously I will take a nap if like I really need it. I'm talking about just like useless naps. Like today I kind of took this like a useless nap. It wasn't big of a deal because it was like only like 30 minutes, but it's more about like if you just keep taking naps, like you just kind of want to nap all the time. I don't know, but I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna nap. I'm not gonna jack off anymore. I kind of had a little relapse of that since my last no fap talk. But I'm trying to really be good with that because it's really powerful. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna lock the fuck in, bro. I'm reading this David Goggins book right now, and it's just like, it may be corny to some people, but like David Goggins has helped me so much. Like, just listening to his mentality is like, especially when I was running and having to train like 90 miles a week, like, and get up early in the fucking morning and run 10 miles plus, like, just having that mindset of like, do whatever the fuck it takes. Like, it's very helpful to me. And I'm gonna continue to apply that to all of my life and not just running anymore. And so yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna back on the no fap. It's not worth it, man. And I'm gonna try to stop napping. At least take useless naps. So yeah, 42 minutes. Damn. It's been fucking yapping. And I'm gonna continue to be on my sober shit. Besides maybe like having a casual beer with the boys sometimes. That's fun. But yeah, I'll probably go back to my room. Read. Try to calm down. Not calm down, but try to wind down. Go to bed. So yeah. Alright. Peace.